There's a
Skiza.
lawsuit. Yeah, there's a lawsuit that's being brought against them by a couple of producers, actually. So 5 renowned Kenyan music producers: Jackie B, Busy B, Teddy B, Ihaji, and Toti. I don't know why all of them end
The bees.
with B.
That's the bees.
The busy bees.
The bees are
They should be
suing.
called the busy bees, man.
The
They're
busy bees are suing. Anyway, yeah, stop making fun.
Oh
This is a
my
serious
God.
topic.
Sorry, yeah, super serious. We are so serious and
bees.
niche, guys. Listen, guys, we are music industry professionals.
Amanda. Vile unawaenda nilegeza, utadhani nimekunywa mvinyo. Cheki na kutaka na finyo, kele tunonenge mindo. Baby, this gangster is falling. Tell me what you have is for me. Nilikuanga pasta before this. Look how you got me singing. I got my eyes on you. Tell me nini una do. Na de kuku trace la jioni. Misbehave with you.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 117 of the 30% podcast. I go by Afamefuna. My co-host goes by Sam Are, and you guys go by the best listener base in the entire planet. We have curated an amazing show for you guys. And what is this show, you might ask, if this is your first time listening to this podcast? Well, I will tell you. We talk about the Kenyan music industry in fine, minute detail. We talk about the ups, we talk about the downs, and we talk about the not so... Sam, stop laughing. And we just talk about the minutia. We give you key details about the workings and the inner workings of the music industry. So strap your boots. Grab some popcorn.
All right, I'm going to stop you there. Strap your boots. Why do you do
And
this to
get
yourself?
ready for the wildest journey you have ever taken part of.
Pull up your sock.
Sam,
Roll your sleeves
how
up.
are you, man? Sam, how are you? Tell us how you've been.
Oh, man.
How are you?
Wow. What an intro. Hats off to you. I'm all right, man. I'm tired, exhausted. I'm in a period where I don't know. It's not January anymore. It's February. But then I'm sleeping enough, but I am not getting enough sleep somehow. Somehow those two things are true at the same time. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I need a vacation. I need a life away from life. Do you ever do you ever think about just like wanting to like leave your life and go?
Wait,
like,
Sam, a life away from life is a bit morbid. I feel like a life away from life is like the afterlife, which is, let's not go down
I mean, if you
that
take it down that road, but that's not what I mean. Like sometimes I just feel like I should uproot, like leave my current self and just like go plant myself in like Greece or somewhere as someone completely different. And just live
Call
separately.
me with all of your things. Gucci. How did that song go?
I'm not singing.
Fly
Drake
me
in
out
this
to
podcast.
Greece.
I'm not singing. I don't know the words.
Oh
at
yeah,
all.
sorry, we're not allowed to be fans of Drake anymore. So sorry, guys. You were saying, Sam?
So that's the problem. That's the problem. We're not going to go there because I'm tired of you OVOs. I'm tired of you guys. That's the most.
And you
the
OVOs.
sulkiest.
What do you mean you?
The sulkiest most.
No.
You're the sulkiest,
Sam-
most victimized fan base in the world right now. Oh my goodness. Oh look, everything
Guys,
is because of us.
I'm
Oh,
not even
hate
speaking
all-
to. I'm not speaking to Sam right now. I'm speaking to y'all. I don't know why Sam is putting this on me. I'm a Kendrick fan.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that because we had a whole hour.
Squabble up. Squabble up.
We had a whole hour that would tell me completely different. But anyways, that's what I feel like doing. I'm just tired. Absolutely tired. But
Okay.
life continues and I continue with it. Hopefully your life is not as morbid as mine.
Well, it's not morbid, but I've been learning a different skill set. I told people recently that I've been learning a lot about Photoshop and all that. So I've been really leaning heavy. The reasons why I'm learning Photoshop, well, guys, you will find out soon. But yeah, just been really like
At this point, people can guess.
locked. Yeah, they probably can. But I've been locked in, Sam. You have no idea. I've been so locked in. Right now, it's go time, bro. It's go time for me.
Hey.
So I'm like literally, bro. It's now or never, man. You know those moments in movies where they look at each other and they're like, they nod their head and they're like, yeah, we're about to do this. Like maybe they're about to like fly into like a black hole or something, and they're like, yeah, it's now or never. Like, yeah,
movie
that's
is that
me
that-
right now.
People were flying into a black hole.
It's
'cause I don't
just
think they've come out.
listen, it's just a hypothetical example, Sam. Come on, you don't have to be so
Hypothetical, it
literal.
doesn't make no sense.
That's why it's hypothetical.
Doesn't make much sense.
Not
but
supposed
all
to be real.
right, man.
So anyway, yeah, that's me. What other, so yeah. Yeah, what other things have I been up to? How am I? How am I as a human being? I'm good. I'm doing fine.
Did you go on a date this week?
I did not go on a date this week, unfortunately.
Yikes.
But I am. You know what I'm trying to do, Sam? I'm trying to be a better human being because I realize there's so much.
Okay, let me hear you out. I'm hearing you out. Okay.
No.
Let's see where this is going.
I think there's so much. There's so much about me that I can improve, and I'm realizing that I'm really not where I need to be as a person, and I want to work towards that. Now, whether I do or not, like,
Work on
it's
yourself.
up to me. But like,
Yeah.
I do want to. At least I want to take this year to try and like do that as well. So, yeah, man, that's where I am mentally and emotionally. Sam, I saw I saw a bit of a funny article. For me, it's hilarious because when I read things like this, it looks like, well, because I'm industry, it reads a little bit like comedy. Well, let me just say what it is. So there was an article that came out recently of one of our biggest artists in the country, and his name is Bien, also known as Alusa. Why are you topless? And he kind of was talking about how all of the recent stuff we've heard of him, old songs, that's his old work, man. Those are old things. So essentially, he said, like, let me just paraphrase. So essentially, he said that if you've heard him on anything recently, especially if it's a collaboration or something like of the sort, he recorded that ages ago. And what I got from the article is that some of the artists who he's worked with, right, have kind of had that music in their vaults and are choosing to release it now, or like, you know what I mean, in the past few months, because Bien's like status has been rising as an artist. And so he said like some of those artists didn't even consult him with some of these releases. And they're essentially using the music now kinda because Bien is popping and it makes sense for them to release collaborations with him, which I found very interesting. Sam, I don't know how do you feel about this? Because it's like, because now every time I see a Bien release, and first of all, there was a Bien release this week as a collaboration with Darasa, and I'm now thinking, is this a similar situation, or
in my mind, all releases post Alusa Deluxe is what he's talking about. He's done a whole bunch. He's done a song. So is Bobby V included that? Because he has a song with Bobby V, Okelo Max and M. He has Bruce Melody, Bridget Blue, Elijah Kitaka. I almost got that wrong. Elijah Kitaka, Dawa, the remix, Niseme. Yeah, and then just a bunch of the different ones. It's really interesting because as someone, like, if you've participated in the industry, like, everything just reads different to you. It's not like a regular fan will probably listen to this and be like, okay, yeah, maybe makes sense. But then this, when you just read it with back knowledge on like just music and how people work and stuff like that, it reads different. But anyway, it makes sense to me though. It makes sense, and it makes
sense to me too.
I would think that Because I mean, he's building his name, so he probably wants to build himself as a solo artist in a specific way. And back then, he did like a whole. I mean, you do favors for people, or you get on songs, and at the moment you listen to it a lot, and it's like we really love it. Then it takes months and months to release, and you've moved past it. And he probably doesn't feel like that's part of what he's trying to do now. So it does make sense. I wonder whether the song with is it Mario? What's that song called? Is it Nairobi? The one that's popping off. Like that one. I'm hearing it everywhere. I wonder if that's part of it or if that's a new one, because that song
could be. But I wanted to mention that, like, there's some songs I've had BN hop on, and I don't have the specific names right now, but I know there's songs I've seen him like featuring on, like in the past year or so. Well, actually, I think what he's saying is true. That maybe they just made them in the moment, and maybe there was no real plan to release them, but they're coming out now because everyone wants to be associated with that name. Because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I've felt like there's some songs that he's featured on where it's like he didn't really try so hard to like put his all into this song.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to hate on BN.
Yeah, you can say that out loud because it sounds like you're hating, but then you can just tell, because when you listen to his project, like he did really well, and then you listen to that and you're like,
exactly.
This doesn't seem like.
But I would understand why he would say that, because it's like maybe when he was making those songs, because artists, there are artists who are like volume artists who like to make a lot of music, and then they are very picky with what they actually end up releasing. You know what I mean? And now, especially if you're now making that music in the context of like other artists, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's up to them. Maybe you don't want to release everything that you worked on with them, but they end up releasing some of that stuff, and maybe you didn't really want it to come out. You know what I mean? And I feel that energy with some of these features I've seen BN on. I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of get what he's saying, but it must be a little bit annoying because, like,
I mean, what are you going to do though?
They want to have his name.
Yeah, what are you going to do though? You've made music and you're sure you want to drop it on the album. Like with Darasa, it's on a project, right? He just the most recent song he released, most recent album released this past Friday. It's on a project. So they probably did that song a while ago and it's been sitting, and he knows he's going to release it, but then it's a while ago. And maybe BN is at a place where he's moving forward with like intention, and so things are just, when you do that, things tend to seem older quicker. I don't know if that makes sense. And I've been in that position where I've made music with people and I'm so excited about it, and then a few months down the line, like my mind has just moved past that, and it's not like the song is bad, it's just like it's not a representation of who I want to be and who I'm sure you've done that before too. We've both been in this position, actually.
No, we have. And but speaking of BN in particular, not to flex on the podcast, but like to flex, I've recorded BN
whenever anyone says that they're proceeding to flex.
Right, I've recorded BN. I've recorded BN before, and this was like 2023. I got to record him, and I just because I went to his house and I got to record him, and I saw his process, and he's one of those individuals who I think he just loves to make music. You know what I mean? Like he will give you a verse, like even if he's not like fully he doesn't need to be fully in like music mode. Like he can do things without thinking so much. I don't know how to explain it better than that. And I think he has a lot of those where he just like he lets the music kind of flow through him, and he's just like really productive and making a bunch of shit. Yeah. And then I guess and then I guess from there he just picks because bro, I hear there's artists who make like 100, 200 songs and then pick the best like 10 songs. I feel like that's how BN works. Just based off of the very brief time I recorded him, because he's just able to like come up with things really quickly. And why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of artists have that experience where they just be making shit and you don't really know what's gonna pop off. So when you get into that mindset, you're like, you know what? Because I don't really know what's gonna pop off. I'm just gonna make a bunch of shit and then listen to it afterwards and see what sticks.
Yeah.
So I get his frustration because if it's me, bro, like this week, DJ Khaled was trying to promote his album that's coming out, and then Drake said, "It must be Drake Bell." On the album.
He was like, "Absolutely not, absolutely not." And the problem, it's the same thing. They probably made those songs a while ago. Like it's probably not like a recent thing. But then now, what do you do? Because Khaled needs, like a lot of these artists, and I don't want to say they need Bien, but then he's at a very, like he's one of the...
they kind of do some. They kind of
those are Afam's words, not mine.
Their songs.
he's like flying high right now, right? And he's like, he has trajectory, he has momentum, right? And so it's like, what would you... My thing is like, what do you want the artists to do? They probably listen to it. Well, artists are usually super excited about them stuff delusionally, so they might think that that's the best Bien has ever done. But then him is thinking about, oh man, this is not a representation of who I am now. But then like you have a Bien feature, or you have a whoever feature, you have a Drake feature, like aren't you going to like you're going to put it forward?
If I had a Bien feature, I'm gonna use it. So
if Bien didn't do nothing on that track,
you know what I mean?
Even if he didn't do anything, even if he didn't do anything out worth
Okay, I'll tell you for sure I would be very conflicted, like because it's Bien, you know, and you also have to think a big part of music is it's marketing, and a lot of music is positioning, it's posturing, it's I have this person on my track or this and that, and look at me, and this is what I've done, and this is who's fucking with me. Because listen, ultimately, if you release a song with Bien, it kind of elevates you to that stature. It's like, oh, you can oh my god, you can get artists like Bien on, so that makes you also seem like you're bigger than you might actually be. So I mean, as another artist, like I would definitely.
But that's when you drop the song regardless, and then you make it emotional. Like you put, oh man, you know, you get on your Instagram stories and type out a long. It's the black background with white text. You just, you know, a whole paragraph and just like, you know, been going through a difficult period in my life, and this song is just a representation of. That's how you get it off.
Wait,
that's because now no one can hate on you being emotional. Well, some people can. I
wanted to ask, how do you think the artists who are releasing music with Bien, like reading that article, what do you think they're feeling? Like, do you think they are feeling a type of way, or do you think they're just like...
No, if any artist has some a bit of sense, you're like, all right, this looks like shade. This looks like, because now you're like, wait, you're going to your catalog and like, wait, I released a song with Bien 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Is he talking about the past week or this most recent release? Or is he talking about me? Most likely he's talking about you. But it's fine though, because you've released the song and people are going to like it regardless.
Yeah. But you see, this is also a reason why I respect Bien, because he does work with a bunch of people. Like he's not
a busy bee,
stingy with
He's a busy bee.
He's not stingy with himself, but that also opens me up to a different conversation, which is, do you think Bien should now try and curate himself and kind of be very, very intentional on how he pops up in our algorithms? Do you think he should just like really stick to the music that he's pushing? And if he's doing features, it's like very, very like like, you know, like when he released the song with Ira Star and things like that, like it's very intentional. Do you think he's gotten to that level where he can't, like if you are his manager, you'd be like, yo, Bien, you can't just be doing features for people now. Like we have to stop. I mean, what do you think?
If I'm his manager, yes, we're definitely having a conversation around that. It's all right. Let's figure out who we associate ourselves with, what kind of sound we associate ourselves with, what kind of producers we associate ourselves with, in order to achieve our goals. I think the further up you get as an artist, the more intentional you have to be. When you're like just a newbie starting, you still don't have like your set sound. You don't have, I mean, you're doing everything and just getting involved so that you can start laying those blueprints for yourself, right? But then the farther up you go, you tend to reduce. And we see it like when we're talking about like major label artists and even major labels, like we see them they just get overly, sometimes too strategic with it, right? You get overly strategic and you're you're very picky, very choosy, and things that even look like a no-brainer to you, where they're like, okay, you've collaborated with this person before and it has worked, but then no, we're not going down this direction anymore. We're moving towards. So that tends to happen. But I feel like for Bien, it's interesting because when you look at this Bien, he's a champion for the Kenyan music industry, and he has vocally talked about it's the same thing. He's vocally expressed how he wants to see the industry flourish. So maybe for him it's like, all right, I really want to link up with these people and do what I can with the position with the position I have to see it grow. And I'm just thinking here, right? Thinking out loud. To see it grow. So maybe I'm doing all of this to benefit the industry and to sort of make a mark. But at the same time, I'm trying to curate. And Bien is like that. Bien will just speak his mind.
Maybe I don't know. For me, it's like, if I'm managing Bien, stop. Like, it's time. No, I'm serious.
Enough. So who would you have him collaborate with then? Who would you have him collaborate with? Who do you think
I don't know, but like, I think Bien has gotten to that point where it's like, alright, bro, listen, I know these niggas want your collabs and some of them are cool, but like, it's time to focus on
send
you.
Send them voice notes. Send them voice notes for them to put reverb on at the end of the tracks.
I'm telling him to be selfish. Now it's time for you. Focus on you, man. And if you're doing a collaboration, it has to make sense. Like, Burna Boy is coming into the country, right? If they can secure something with like that, that would be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that, for me, it's just like.
Do you think Burna Boy would treat? Because I mean, they've worked with South Soul before, right? Do you think Burna Boy is going to look at Bien? You know how artists look at other artists? Like, do you think he's going to look at Bien with the same eyes as South Soul, or do you think it's different, him being solo?
Wait, this question is a trap. Sam, you're setting a trap for me.
All right, you don't have to answer. It's fine. You don't have to answer.
I don't like this. I do not like
Alpha
this at all.
Pleads the fifth. Pleads the fifth.
No,
you don't have to answer. I won't get you in trouble.
Listen.
In trouble.
No, hold on. I don't know Burna Boy. I don't know him as an individual. I don't know what values he has. I would hope that Burna Boy would view Bien
PC.
in the right light. Because listen, they worked before in the past, right? Nothing has changed. Like, y'all are still human beings. Okay, well, a lot has changed. Because Burna Boy right now is at the top of the world. I mean, listen, it doesn't get higher than dating Chloe Bailey. Am I right, Sam?
Oh, God.
Am I right?
Oh, man. Yo. Jeez.
But like,
look at the things you're placing at the top of your world.
It's big.
Look at the things you're placing at the top of your world.
I know this is gonna sound crazy, but listen, Chloe Bailey is Beyonce. Like Chloe Bailey. Right. No, not as in that. No, okay, this is what I mean. Give me a chance, Sam. Give me a chance. What I mean by that is like Chloe Bailey and Halle. Chloe and Halle like have come up under Beyonce's wing, and so that's such a big, like, just to think about how far African music has come. Like, I know the optics with Burna Boy and Chloe Bailey are a bit.
Is your gauge for how far African music has come the people that they're dating?
No, stop.
Oh, man.
Stop.
You're really butchering this. You're really.
No, it's not. But well, actually, kind of, because Chloe, because this relationship of theirs, and I know this is a huge digression, but this relationship of theirs to me looks very industry manufactured, because they're taking every opportunity they can to show it. And they don't have to. Like, they can be private if they
So-
wanted to, right?
Nah,
so
but
for me, no,
okay, let's bring it to
Sam.
you.
No, Sam, this is what I'm saying. The fact that American artists who have come up under the tutelage of Miss Beyonce Knowles Carter, Giselle Knowles Carter, who is regarded as one of the biggest artists this world has ever seen, right?
Debatable, but okay.
Right? The fact that they see value in attaching themselves to an African icon, because it also does numbers for them. It also brings a lot of value to
see,
them.
this is the problem. You're so cynical. You can this guy. What if they just like each
Sam,
other?
it's not
have you considered that? You see, this is what I was talking about earlier. When you're in the industry, you see things differently, and so now you're blinded. These guys could possibly just be they could have been sending DMs back and forth, and she maybe liked one of his tunes, and he liked a beat that she did, and they've been talking and they invested, and they've formed a unique romantic bond, so much so that he's taken her back to his homeland and had gone on dates with all 70 of his guys and it's happened. It's love happens. So you want to tell me that?
Do you hear yourself?
See,
Do you
now,
hear yourself right now, Sam? Do you hear yourself?
You're being cynical, man. What is love? Is love? You're just hating. That's why you're just hating. You're hating because you don't have a claw in your arm. That's what you're doing. You're hating.
Wow, that is big hate right there, guys. Are you listening to what's happening right now on this podcast?
It's facts. I haven't heard you deny it. You're just mocking it. You haven't denied it.
I may not have a Chloe Bailey on my arm, but you can't deny if they didn't want us to see this relationship, we wouldn't see this relationship. The fact that every time we see them on Twitter, like, doing things that personally I feel like we have no business seeing, in my opinion.
That's not fair, because artists are in the public light. Artists are in the public light, and anything you do, when you walk into McDonald's, they're going to say you're being paid. It's just, as an artist, you can't live. You just can't live without people like
you want to tell me you're not seeing this?
It's promo for an album.
It's promo for whatever it is they want.
No, when I look at this, I see love. When I look at this, all I see is just two people who are genuinely enjoy each other's company. And
anyway,
you think it's easy bringing Black American all the way to Nigeria? Have you been there? It's not. It's not easy, man. It's a difficult task. All right. Anyway,
back on
let me not
course.
My own
back
people.
on course. I would think Burna Boy is somebody who, he'll still see value in Sauti Sol and BN, and I think he would be open to the idea of working with BN or something. But
I think so too. No, I think so too. I think BN is here.
Yeah, my whole point is, and I think it is benevolent of him to work with like just artists and stuff, and I do respect BN for that. I'm not taking away from that at all. But even just based off of this article and what I'm seeing, I think he does also recognize that there needs to be a shift, and he needs to really start curating himself and being more or less accessible. And I know that sounds so crazy to say. I know, but there is value in being inaccessible. There just is. There just is massive value in that. And man, it's time. It's time. BN needs to now start like, BN needs to, me if I'm BN, man. Bro, I want to position him like, now he needs to start being in company. You know how we see Rema and Ira Star, like Sijui where with who doing like star things. These guys need to be thinking about like how to position BN, like, cause bro, that I think he has that quality. He has that je ne sais quoi. Like BN has something about him that gives you like, yo, this is a star. This is somebody I should pay attention to and listen to and all that. So it's time.
And it's really cool too, because if you meet him, I mean, if you talk to him, he's like very down to earth as well. So
he is.
That's man.
He is. So
speaking of like on the same line, I think. And don't talk about it too much, but then at the same line, we've seen Njerae also, now that she's signed, like she's starting to move. It's starting to move. Like the trailers and just the way she's presenting the
Yes,
project and
sir.
everything. It's starting to look very artsy. Which is what we're talking about essentially. Like she dropped a trailer for the project coming out.
A 4-letter word.
Right?
What do you think wait, Sam, what do you think the 4-letter word is? Because me in my head, I was thinking... Sorry, go ahead.
It's read.
Wait, are you being serious?
We know what it is. Oh dear.
No, I was thinking, Sam, in my head, I was thinking, what if she just pops out and is like, yo, there's a track, like, she's just like, hate. That's the word, hate. I'm hating all of you niggas. I hate all of y'all.
The project is called a 4-letter word. It's not actually going to give us a 4-letter word. It's implied that the 4-letter word is love, right?
But Sam, there's an opportunity here to be super poetic because listen, love and hate are not really they're relatives. They're not in opposition with each other as people think. So maybe this project will elicit those thoughts. Like, is it love? Is it hate? Is it something in between? You never know. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
You're being very deep with it. I don't know.
Deep could be another one. Anyway, sorry.
Look, all right. All right. Anyway, but yeah, so with everything, and I don't want to talk about it because I'm not the big rumor guy, but then earlier this week, there was rumors of whose ring was on her finger in the photo. I was just like, all right, guys, you guys don't see what's happening before your eyes. Like it is promotion for the album. But anyway, that's what happens when you become an artist. I was just bringing her up as an example, and something that happened is you tend to you use everything to your advantage. Like nothing is wasted resources. Everything has to be used, or most things. Have you gone through heartbreak? Oh, well, go write a song about it, please. Thank you. Are you in love? Oh, here we go. We are going to use that as something to build momentum and put some fire into. So, hey, it's artists being
Sam,
artists.
Do you want to go through the track list? Because listen, I have a theory. Do you want to hear my theories?
Yeah.
So
let's hear the theory. Let me find it.
Track number 1 is Fight For You. So this is what happened. Let me paint you guys a picture. This is exactly, quote me, this is exactly what's gonna happen in the album or the EP. So track number 1, Fight For You. Listen, in this track, it's like, okay, listen, we're in a relationship. It might be a little bit toxic, a little bit rocky, but listen, ultimately we both know what's good for both of us. So we're going to fight for this relationship to work. Now, track number 2, Beg For It. We've heard Beg For It, right? We know the themes. We know what she's kind of talking about. And so at this point, maybe the relationship is a little bit on its knees, but like, she is willing to make it work even if he might not be so willing. But it's fine. Now, decide. At this point, she's like, and this is where maybe the second half, you say, listen, maybe the first half is love. The second half is like a little bit of like, because listen, decide. She's now kind of fed up. She's like, yo, listen, I've done all this, fought for this relationship, begged for it, and you're still trying to work, like, nah. So she might just be like, yo, you make a decision or I'm out. Listen, I'm Njerae. Like, honestly, you're missing out if you don't make a decision. And then lastly, Hypnotize. She came to her senses. She was like, maybe I was a little bit too harsh with this nigga. So I'm going to hypnotize him and make him...
Like, forget it. No, we're just going to resort to hypnosis now. Like, that's the only way it's going to work.
I'm going to force this thing to work.
I'm done trying the right way.
And that, guys, is exactly what's going to happen.
Exactly what yeah. Oh, anyway, but I mean, I highly doubt that was a thought process, but that was maybe, we never know, But she has Fight For You produced by Wonder Magic. Wonder Magic was a guy who did the Sione remix. Was it Sione?
It was the remix, It was the remix, yeah.
The Sione remix, right? And then Beg For It, obviously by Kobe Worldwide. Decide, produced by Vic West, which makes sense. Because Vic is also signed to he signed to Universal around the same time.
Africa.
And so they probably met each other many times in the hallway and just decided, what, we're doing this. And then Hypnotized by Kobe again. So, I mean, Kobe has been her main collaborator for a while, so it's good to see her continue with him. And Let's see how. Let's see. Well, I know a lot of people are going to. That's what they're running to on Friday morning. Like they are waking up at ungodly hours to check if Njerae's music has been released. So
Njerae has a
waiting
cult
for it, man.
following.
We're waiting for
She
it.
has a cult following already, man. Like I'm telling you, the streets love Njerae. I was actually just randomly on TikTok, and I think Ongeza Volume were live streaming like a performance by Njerae, and there were so many people in the live stream on TikTok on the live, like, and everyone was just like so in love with Njerae. She has the streets on lock. I'm not even gonna lie, man. So
She's
right now it
sure.
seems like they're positioning her really well. So far I can't really nitpick on what UMG is doing right or wrong. I think they're doing the right things. So it's exciting, and I was telling Sam,
making her visible, I think is really important.
And I was telling Sam before the podcast, it's so interesting and exciting to see somebody literally blow up in front of your eyes. You know, like it's kind of surreal to see the process unfold right in front of you. So.
It's an inspiration to a lot of artists. Like it's very cool to see, and whether or not you get signed or not, it's just cool to see you work from just doing music for the love and just because you just want to share your art with everyone, for it to start. I mean, for you to have like some sort of like a market share and have a place in the music industry. So yeah, it's interesting. Like it's just interesting following the trajectory and going of artists, and then just going back to see like someone, like if you look back at Sauti Sol and the first songs they released around that Lazizi time, it's like whoa, they look like different guys. But it's interesting to see what they've become now, and so many other artists. It's just it's fun, man. We get to watch it, and I'm here for the ride. Here for the ride.
Njerae, if you're listening to this right now,
what are we doing?
No, listen. Trust me, Sam.
Are we advertising ourselves again?
No, we're not. So just trust me a little bit, Sam. Guys, by the way, Sam has very little trust in me. Anyway,
no, you're wrong. I have no trust in you. Zero.
Njerae, if you're listening to this podcast, just one from the 30% Pod Boys, Sam and I want to give you a 4-letter word, and that word is soar. We want to see you soar, so we're here for it. We're here for all your success. Sam, you want to say you don't back that message? You don't back the message I've just said?
I back it 100%, but you're not going to paint me into a corner. I back it 100%. It's just your presentation sometimes just shocks me. I'm just shocked. That's the word I use. I'm shocked. Anyway, 100%
from the 30% podcast. Sam, this podcast was built on serious topics. Like, we are serious, we are niche, we are nerdy, and there is a niche, nerdy, serious topic that needs to be talked about, which is, comedically, it would be funny if I said something that wasn't serious, because that would be funny. But have you followed up with the whole Safaricom thing, Skiza? There's a lawsuit. Yeah, there's a lawsuit that's being brought against them by a couple of producers, actually. So 5 renowned Kenyan music producers: Jackie B, Busy B, Teddy B, Ihaji, and Toti. I don't know why all of them are end with B.
That's the bees.
The busy bees.
The bees are suing.
Should be called the busy bees, man.
The busy bees are suing. Anyway, yeah, stop making fun. This is a serious topic.
Sorry, yeah, super serious. We are so serious and niche, guys. Listen, guys, we are music industry professionals, and we will be serious. So Toti, a Mombasa-based producer, the 5 of them have sued Safaricom over its callback tone platform Skiza through law firm Bond Advocates LLP. The 5 claim that despite contributing to hundreds of songs available on the Skiza platform for over a decade, they have never received a single penny in royalties since the songs were placed on Skiza platforms. These artists have worked with artists. I mean, these producers, have worked with artists such as Daddy Owen, Willie Paul, Otile Brown. And it's just like another case that is, or of corporations and entities withholding royalties to the people who have worked very hard on this music. So people are likening this lawsuit to the one that Bamboo had, where he filed a civil suit in the high court against Safaricom as well. And you know what I mean? And we know how that
4.5 in that occasion.
And we know how that ended, although that was a very long and protracted lawsuit. These guys have money, so they're going to lengthen these lawsuits out as much as possible. How do you see this going?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the industry is currently in a place where we have to figure out what am I trying to say? We have to figure out what kind of industry we want moving forward, right? A lot of like big entities like Safaricom, and it kind of confuses me because Safaricom has the money to pay it back. First of all, let me say, Skiza is not, for many artists, unless your song is popular, Skiza Tunes is not the kind of place where you're probably going to earn as much as you can. I had a couple of songs on Skiza, and let me just say, I was expecting a decent payday, but then it did not turn out that way.
Whoa, Sam, no. People be making money on Skiza. What are you saying?
No, yeah. I'm saying if your song is not.
Yeah.
If your song is, it's just like streaming, right? If your song doesn't make as much, because Skiza Tunes, people have to sign up to have your song as the callback tone, right? So if it's not popular enough and it doesn't resonate with people, they're not going to do that, and they're not just going to give you money just for the sake, right? So, but Safaricom, just back to my original point, Safaricom has the money, so I don't understand why people just don't be just do the right thing. Like, it's so confusing to me.
Greed,
it's just
Sam. Why? Listen, we're making a bunch of money. Why am I going to pay you, Sam? Like, come on.
Well, you're making a bunch of money off my music. Like, my song is
even better.
We agreed
so you've
that
done,
if you use my song,
all the work.
It's just dumb to me, man. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We are currently there's a whole bunch of unpaid royalties and copyright infringements and just a lot of stuff going around, which we have to sort out, honestly. But yeah, I mean, what do you say? This is it's an ongoing story.
No, I like it.
Our industry is telling.
I think there needs to be class action type lawsuits where everyone is just like hounding Safaricom. You know what I mean? Bro, it's so interesting to see how Safaricom has really fallen. Like, their reputation is so bad right now.
They used to be so pro art too. They used to be pro art, and they used to like help a lot of artists and hold events and things like that. And now maybe they still do that, but then a lot of it has fallen off. I don't want to say fallen off, but then it's become less prominent. I don't know how to say it. In terms of their support for arts. So I'm just hoping that they get back to that, because they do have the resources and some of the links to be able to do that well. And I think a lot of artists need that, since we don't get support from many other places. The only problem is now we don't know how good of a deal they will give, since they're in such a leveraged position. But pay your artists, fam. Like, you use let's just be decent people, please. Decent corporations. I know that's a lot to ask from a corporation, but I think it's possible.
Yes, sir, man. It's
possible.
Was there anything else interesting? I mean, we talk about Burna Boy in different contexts, but he is coming to the country. Are you excited? And will you be paying 8,000 Kenya shillings for a ticket?
I don't go for shows. I don't care who it is or how much it is. I will not be going for a show.
What?
Well, that's actually changing.
It's Burna Boy.
Changing. No. I'm not. I'm okay. Let me change my answer. My answer now. Can I rewind? I'm going. I prefer to support smaller artists and more. More closer to the ground. I prefer to go for those kind of shows and just watch artists.
And still, you would be, because
the big bucks for
on the lineup, Sam, on the lineup, we'll still have, I think, the likes of Charisma, Bensoul, I think, is also scheduled to perform. So it's not all about Burna Boy. I'm very shocked and appalled that you don't want to go and support Charisma or Bensoul. Like,
this is a narrative you're painting, and I'm just not going to. I'm not even going. I'm not going along with that. I'm not going to go along with that. But I'm not going along with that. Not at all. Why did we bring up this Burna Boy?
But anyway,
did you bring it up to
the pricing. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. The pricing is very interesting. It's gonna limit a lot of people from attending the show, but people are still gonna pay. I mean, VVIP is 65,000. I think VIP is like 30,000 or something crazy like that,
work, you know,
or 25,000, and people are still gonna pay.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm saying just light.
Some light. But the thing that I found interesting was I was just, I was on YouTube, not YouTube, I was on Instagram, just on the Mad Fun Experience page, because they're the guys who are throwing the event, and they were answering fun questions in the comment sections, which I actually found very interactive and very interesting. And one of the questions that was posed was, because this is such an expensive event to go for, like there's gonna be a lot of people trying to occupy the event, and that's been a trend of people trying to occupy events, right? And this was their response to that question. They said, hello, we want to assure you that the security and safety of all our attendees is our top priority. They're trying to make it feel like conversational. So, bro,
but these guys need to learn that it's never conversational. Like, it's never conversational when you hello. No one says hello to each other in real life. All right, continue. Sorry.
Hello. And so they say the checkpoints will be positioned well away from the main gates. Listen, guys, y'all need to give us some royalties for that idea. We said that in the podcast last like a few weeks ago.
Well, no one is paying royalties to anyone, so let's just not waste our time.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. And then they say, and we have implemented a comprehensive security deployment plan to ensure a safe and secure environment. We look forward to hosting you on the 1st of March. And that's positive. I really do hope the security situation will be good. The 1st of March is fast approaching. So, I'm just waiting to see. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to attend, but I will be paying like peak attention. Also, do you know that Burna Boy's band is like 40 people deep, Sam? Like he's like 40 people are gonna be part of his entourage just on the band side.
That's a lot of moving
or something
parts.
like that. Must be hell. That's what me I saw. So I think the price points for the tickets make sense because I know it's gonna be expensive. I think that's actually why they postponed this, because this event was supposed to happen in December, but they said they had issues transporting all the equipment and all the people, so they pushed it back to March. So yeah, man. Shout out to Burna Boy and Mad Fun Experience.
Hope it goes well.
I hope it will be.
I hope it's a different story. And we don't do the Kenyan thing of just having terrible shows. But I know that people are aware of it, so I think change is coming. Change is a coming. Yeah. Change is a coming. Sam, tell us about the music that you listened to
this week.
Some musics. A couple of projects dropped, so I'll just mention them. Njerae has not really been present in terms of people's earlobes. Hasn't been like forward present. I won't say he's been doing stuff, but then he's out. He dropped an EP called Untitled. I feel like every artist at some point, they have either a song or a project named Untitled, because it's hard to name things sometimes and you just don't know how to go about it. But yeah, 6 songs. He has Sanai Petande on there. It was good to hear her again. She was on another release also this past week. Tipsy G was on there on Zaidi, the second song, which was interesting. Of course, it's that old and new blend, which we love to see. A-Pass, who is where is he from? Can't remember, but then he's on there, and then K-Switch I think is Nigerian.
Wait, Sam, before
also Nigerian.
Before you continue, just sorry on the thing that you said about Tipsy G.
APAS is Ugandan, sorry.
They announced him, Sean MMG, and Saru will be going to Australia, which I find very interesting.
Oh, then they're
tour,
joining,
like Urban Tone to the world.
Joining the OVO
for
tour.
real.
That's cool.
Yo, listen. They're joining the OVO tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Shout out to them, man. Making moves. I'll be interested to see how that plays out, because how many people listen to Urban Tone in Australia? This is Urban Tone to the world. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, APAS is a Ugandan artist, so that was cool. I mean, it's Waire. It's a familiar sound. I mean, he tried to switch it up. There's a lot of reggae on there. There's a bit of Urban Tone-ish, the Urban Tone sound with Tipsy G. So go listen to that if you are so inclined. Another project is Actions Got Consequences by RK. Again, it's that newer Nairobi sound. It's trap, it's spins 808s and bouncy hi-hats. Albizi is on the interesting project. If you're interested in that, go listen. Vijana Barubaru, VB, also known as VB, they dropped Nairobi in Love. So this is where I saw Sanaipe also. She was on a song called Liwe Liwalo, the remix, I guess. VB and Sanaipe. Devi Waweru is also on here. And yeah, I mean, Okelo Max as well. So if you're a big fan of Vijana Barabaru, it's interesting. I need to listen to that again. I kind of skimmed over it. So who else? Fena Gitu. So I'm just going to name the projects and then I'll let you go with the singles. Fena Gitu and DJ Pro Luigi, who has been seemingly everywhere, producing for everyone. Shout out to him. They dropped a project called Fenergy, a 3-track project, Vibration, Repeat, and Risk It All. It was interesting. I've not really had DJ Pro Luigi do like the Afrobeat sound, and I think he did really well on that, man. Vibration for me is like a really
He did
nice,
amazing. Yeah,
Vibration sounds very, very cool. It sounds like something Wizkid could jump on back in when he was outside. But yeah, shout out to him, shout out to Fena, giving us that project. Who else released a project? I want to see. You know what? Let's not. I don't want to hold up. You go, because as I do my research.
Easy. So I listened to Chude Genje by Diana Codes and Femi One. So shout out to them. Diana Codes she is working. She's working. I saw her posting videos. I think they were in Snowball. So the production is also getting higher. So shout out to Diana Codes.
Yeah.
Let me see. Gengeton is back. Boondocks Gang. Actually, today, and by today, well, okay, yes, Boondocks Gang released music. You know what? I realize I don't want to break fourth walls and stuff. Anyway, they released music. I think it's Milaya's / Pigalap. They actually released like the video together. I've never seen that. Like 2 songs, 1 video.
Yeah.
But the video was... Anyway, y'all check it out. Gengeton seems to be back in business. I also listened to, I believe it is Unafa by Iani. This is Iani like you've never heard him before. I was so impressed with this song. Really, really enjoyed it. I urge you guys to go listen to that. We talked about this. BN released a song with Darasa called Down For You. Did BN know that this song was coming out? Now we will never know. I guess it's up for speculation. Maybe he's also surprised that this song came out. Who knows? There was Evergreen by I Can Make Music. Shout out to I Can, bro. He's so talented. His vocal production is always really, really top. I also want to shout out to, let's see, EXO, my boy EXO produced or released a song called Pressure. EXO has so much raw potential, man. Not gonna lie, EXO, like, he just needs to do a few things, work on his branding, be outside a little bit more, do more shows, this, yeah, and the third. But I think EXO genuinely has a lot of talent.
Yep.
So definitely one for you guys to
watch,
to pay attention to.
Eye on.
Yeah. Pa by Bahati and Willie Paul. Yeah, I did. I listened to it. I listened to that song, and I came out of that experience
so
having
much
listened
hate.
to a song. No, it's not hate. I'm just saying I came out
you
of
have
that
such
experience
positive
having listened to a
reviews,
song.
such positive reviews for it.
No,
man.
very. Oh, Ilathi, I think that's how you pronounce it, by Pet House and Liboy. What a song!
Yeah.
So shout out to Liboy.
I think Liboy should be dropping
really,
something
really
soon,
enjoyed
if I am not
listen.
wrong.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I
but don't
cannot
quote me
wait.
though.
I
Don't quote me,
cannot
but I think she
wait
might be
for
dropping
that
something
one.
soon. Yeah.
Quoting Sam, he said in 2025 February that Liboy was going to release music. If she doesn't, blame Sam.
It's an EP, so she's on 2 songs on this EP, the EP with Pet House. So that's what I was thinking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to go back and listen to that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I mixed that. I need to go back and listen to that, but yeah.
Last one I want to give before the big one. Sema by Wendy K. I see what she was doing on this track. Like, I think it's a really powerful performance. So shout out to Wendy K. Also, sorry, I said last one, but the girl who once lived by Njerae. You all need to check that out. I think the message is very, very powerful, and it's definitely something to. It just elicits a lot of emotion and it's a lot of thought. So that's something that you all should listen to. But Sam,
yeah, Karun.
Sam.
Wait, before we get to that, Karun was on
yeah,
Alo. And Alo, I mean, Alo dropped a project. Alo is a Nigerian artist called Money Won't Make You Beautiful, and he featured Karun on it. The song is everything you need. It's very, very alti, very, very, very sparse.
That's cap, by the way. Money can make you beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Veneers,
putting that out
tummy tucks, and what do they do to their faces? Ozempic. Is Ozempic like expensive? I've heard Ozempic is expensive. And yeah, so it does make
It is.
It does. Does it make you beautiful, or does it just make you skinny? Money makes you skinny.
Well, maybe on the inside you won't be beautiful, but maybe outwardly you'll be beautiful. I think there is a lesson to be learned here, guys. Right?
There's a lesson in there somewhere. Everything you need. Pretty cool. Karun brought it. Elo brought it as well. So yeah, go check that out. Please.
Sam, hands down, I pressed play
Keeping that, please.
on this
no editing out.
song. We're not editing that out. Yeah, and I immediately I knew this is gonna be a banger.
Yeah,
like there's songs where you just know, you press play and you just know this is gonna be good. And for me, that song was Maria by Fancy Fingers and Winyo. Oh my goodness. The reverse pianos in the intro with the kick drums and all that. Oh, so tasteful. So just like yummy. Like, yummy. And then the vocals. Like, I know I've said this multiple times. I am a sucker for falsetto. Like, whenever anyone, if you want to like make me just automatically like your song, just do some falsetto things and I'm going to be in the box. So it's just so good. It's so catchy. And this is the thing I've been telling people. Like, I know my attention span is not great, right? But if I like a song, I will really... like, that song is 5 minutes long. I listened to it like 5 times in a row. And I'm thinking, wow, that means I spent 25 minutes listening to the same thing. And I'm like, wow. So it's not that I don't have a good attention span. It's just I don't have things that keep my attention span like that. So this was an amazing listen. And I just really want to shout out to Fancy Fingers for it because, bro, what a song.
Really good song.
And
no, really good.
It's what I'd like to play for the end of the podcast.
Let's do it.
Let us do it. So you guys are about to listen to the smooth, inspired sounds of Fancy Fingers and Winyo. And the song is Maria. That was Maria by Fancy Fingers and Winyo. I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. I'm speaking directly to Fancy Fingers and Winyo. Thank you guys so much for making this song. It's like you guys went to the studio and said, there's this guy called Afam, and I want to make a song specifically for him. And they did that. So thank you.
Of course, that's exactly what happened. You're 2 for 2. You're 2 for 2 with you're 2 for 2 with your predictions, honestly. With Njerae and then with this, nah.
Thank you.
Yeah. 2 for 2.
Thank you. But on the topic of thank yous, I want to thank you guys for listening to this podcast 117 times. Don't take that for granted. You guys are some of the best listeners. You've been through everything with us, and we love you guys for that. If you're new to this podcast, I like to end the podcast with the 3 C's, which are confidence. I want you guys to be confident in your art. Confidence is what sells. If you are not confident about the stuff that you're putting out, nobody is going to want to buy it from you. You need to be consistent. That's the second C in both the production of your work and also its release. You need to be consistent. Now, am I telling you to release music every single day,
yes,
week, or month? No. But if you decide, but if you decide to release music once a year, or release an EP once a year, do that. Make sure you're consistent to that and stick to it. And lastly, craft. Always work on your craft, even if you can only dedicate a small period of your time to it. Because I know in the creative industry, sometimes you need to do other things to make your creative career be sustainable. I get that, and I get you might not have all the time in the world, but you do have 5 minutes. You do have 5 minutes to figure out like a new way to do something in your art form, and if it's in the music, you have 5 minutes to maybe watch a small tutorial about how to do something differently. Those 5 minutes add up, I promise. Sam.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to tell the people? What do you want to tell the
I have
world?
3 B's.
The universe
you have 3
is
C's.
listening
I have 3 B's.
Oh, you have 3 B's.
I have 3. Oh, wait, no. I wasn't even thinking about it like that. But
oh, shit. Oh, no.
I wasn't even thinking about it like that. But I have 3 B's. Here we go. Be great, be creative, and be yourself.
And be beautiful.
All right. No. Making it sound cornier than it was. I actually thought that was going to work out well in my head. No, man. Shout out to you again.
Welcome to the corny side of life.
No, I'm staying far away, man. I was just there for 1 minute and I'm out. I needed to drop something and I'm leaving. I'm being sentimental like Afam,
bad
but
energy,
sentimental
stay
like Afam,
far away.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, man. Hey, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. I completely forgot.
We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Yeah, peace.